Okay, so what you can see right now, again, similar to previous video, is my laptop with a presentation I want to show to you. And I think in the back you can probably see where I still have the word family and I added the word generation. Okay, so this is one of the most important things. When you finish this class today and you think about, okay, what did I learn today? What did we talk about? Well, what is important to remember is that today in history, we talked about how our families, we talked which are the possible members of your family, and we learned that in our families, we have people who are of different generations. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through this presentation very quickly, and you have it also at your home. Let's use this thing again. And if you have this member of your family, try to remember their name and think, do I have this member of my family? Remember, you don't need to have all these people in your family. This is just what is possible, okay? Which people you could have in your family, okay? So first, the person who gave birth to you, your mother, and your father, okay? So it's also possible that you, in your family, the family that you live with your mother, but maybe you don't live with your actual father, you live with your stepdad, or you live with your dad, but your mom is actually your stepmom. This is all possible and very common, okay? If you have any siblings, they are your sister and your brother. Do you have any siblings? I personally have an older brother. Okay, so the mother of your father or of your mother is called your grandmother. Now for grandmother, we also use the words such as granny or grandma, but this is all the same person. This is a very cute photo. I mean picture. Okay, the same thing, the father of your father or of your mother is your grandfather. Okay, so usually we could have two grandfathers and two grandmothers. Okay, if your mother has a brother or your father has a brother, this person is your uncle. Okay, do you have an uncle? Do I have an uncle? Yes, I have an uncle. Now, to your uncle, if you're a boy, you are his nephew, and to your uncle, if you are a girl, you are his niece. Okay, so remember, for boys, nephew, for girls, niece. Okay, now, if your uncle has a wife, or if your father has a sister or your mother has a sister, wow, all these women are your aunts. Okay, and again, to your aunts, if you are a boy, you are her nephew, and if you're a girl, you are her niece. Now, let's go back to this. Your mother, father, uncle, and aunt are usually similar age, and they're one generation. Your grandparents are usually quite older and they are a different generation. And now, these people can sometimes be your generation, but sometimes can be a bit older or a bit younger than you. Not so much as to be a different generation, but considerably older. So let's say if you're now 5, somebody who is 5 years older than you, that's quite a big difference, yeah? Okay, so these are your cousins. So who are your cousins? Cousins are children of your aunts and uncles, okay? So what you need to think about is that because in our classroom, okay, for most of us, including me, English is not our first language. English is not the first language that we learned how to speak. And for example, in my language, the word for cousin is the same as the word for brother and sister. And I know that is the case in many different languages. But what you need to keep in mind that in English, when we're talking about these things in English, okay, just the people that you have the same parents with are your brothers and sisters, okay? And if somebody's parents are your aunt and uncle, in English, they're your cousins, okay? Not brother and sister. Now, let's see what's next. Okay, nephews and nieces, this is what you are to your aunts and uncles. And here we have category of carer. Now, some children do not live with their parents, nor grandparents, nor actually people who are in a way related to them, but these are the people who take care of them, and we call them carers. Okay, so now, what is your task? You're going to get a little bit crafty today, okay? I haven't seen many pictures of the gingerbread man craft we've sent. That is okay. So instead, we are sending you me and Miss Stephanie decided to send you something kind of similar to that. Okay, and that is a craft to make puppets of the members of your family. Now, I don't know what I did with the picture. Let me show you the picture, okay? So it's supposed to look something like this. So you can see here that you have two figures which are more or less the same size and two smaller ones. So the ones which are bigger are obviously older generation, mother and father. Oh, sorry, father and mother. And here we have a sister and I would say a very young brother. So this is something that you're supposed to be doing. You need to make these puppets that are going to represent your family members, okay? So me and Miss Stephanie would very much love that you make this and then send us pictures of these, or you can maybe even make a video presenting your family members. Now, what you're going to need for this, you're going to need some toilet paper rolls. So keep in mind that if you make this tiny, then 1, 2, 3 might be enough. You might need 4, okay? We don't know. Depending on how many people you want to present, okay? For hair, you can use some wool, some yarn, whatever you want. I saw that somebody who was doing that crazy face exercise used pasta for hair. I think that's an amazing idea, okay? So you can use pasta for hair or whatever you like. These you can, the bodies and the clothes you can paint. You can use watercolors, tempera, markers, whatever you have at home, okay? Then for eyes, if you have goggly eyes, of course you can put those. If you don't have those, you can draw the eyes and draw the mouth, okay? So basically you can use any material you have around your house. You're just going to need some glue or tape to stick it all together, guys, okay? One more thing that me and Miss Stephanie sent for you is another presentation, and in there you can see different types of families that exist, okay? If you're interested, you can take a look at that. And we also sent you a video of a book being read called A Family is a Family is a Family. So if you want to relax a bit more listening to a book, you have those things. Okay, guys, that is all for today. I will be seeing you tomorrow live at, I think, 11:20, English lesson. Practice reading your spelling log because that's what we're going to do. Bye-bye.